yours. Okay, so what's going on, girl? Talk to me.
Nothing. I've been reaching out to people and following up on leads, and I'm finding that they're either not responding, like we're talking back and forth, having a good conversation, and then all of a sudden, nothing.
Nothing. And is it like nothing after you invite them or share something with them, or just nothing like after a few conversations? It's just nothing.
It's usually after like I share something or I invite to something, then it'll just be nothing.
Okay.
And it's people who have been showing an interest, and it's people who are engaging and asking questions and, who seem interested. And then as I go and share things, then all of a sudden it's just like nothing. I don't know if it was interest, change their mind. I don't know what's happening.
It could be fear too. They're just, maybe afraid to take that step forward, or they want change in the back of their mind, but they could just be timid. So I would wait maybe a day or two, and then I would message them again and say, hey girl, like, I'm not trying to bother you, but I know that you were showing some interest in whatever, whether it was coaching or the 21-day nutrition and fitness group or whatever, and say, I know you're showing some interest, and I'm just trying to, make sure that this is something that you're ready to do so that I don't leave you behind if you're ready to get started with us. If now is not a good time, that's perfectly fine. I just want, I want to be ready for you if you're ready to get started.
Right. Okay.
So don't, like if you feel like you're bothering them, one of the top coaches shared this in a video that I watched a few months ago. She literally says, like, I'm not trying to bother you, because you're really not trying to bother them. You're just trying to follow up, and if they're ready, they're ready. If they're not, they're not. So say that. Say, like, I'm not trying to bother you. I just wanted to make sure I don't leave you behind if you're ready to get started.
Because, I do feel a bit like a bother, but then at the same time, they've kind of left me with unfinished business, so to speak.
Right. You're just doing your job.
Right. So, I've been left like, okay, well, do I continue to pursue them, or do I just let it be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just follow up with that, and I would, just say, is now a good fit for you? Are you ready to get started? Or would a later challenge group be a better fit for you? And then that kind of leaves the door open for them to say, well, yeah, the holidays coming up, or whatever their excuse is, because there's probably some sort of excuse.
Right.
They will then give it to you, and then you can look, okay, so they're going to be ready the first of the year. You can write down on your calendar to follow back up with them like the third week of December or the second week in December or whatever it is, so that you don't forget about them, but you're there when they're ready. You froze on me, so I'm hoping you hear that. Are you there? There you are. I see movement.
Say you're
Oh. I don't know.
So you're totally gone for a minute. I did hear what you said, though.
Oh, okay, good.
I heard everything you said.
It's a good thing that we're recording.
Yeah, so you
for that too.
Right. Okay. I think we might be better now.
Okay. So, are you on a computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on my cell phone.
Okay. I was gonna see if we could do screen share, and you could show me for instance, somebody that hasn't responded or something, and I could help you, respond back to them. But that's okay.
I don't think I could do that on my phone, right?
I have no idea, because I've only used my phone once for Zoom, so I'm not sure where it would even be at.
Well, I know the one person, he had to me he didn't call it a pyramid scheme, but he had said something like, oh, is this something where you only make money if you get people to join? and sell stuff like Mary Kay. He compared it to Mary Kay. And so then I said to him, I didn't exactly address the pyramid part because I wasn't sure what to say that part as far as, recruiting other coaches and how you get paid. I didn't know that information, so I just didn't give any.
Mm-hmm.
But then I told him it was different from Mary Kay in the sense that you don't carry inventory. You don't have to have anything on stock. You are just a product of the product. You're showing people how it works with how you're using it and benefiting from it.
Mm-hmm.
That was when he just stopped talking.
Okay.
So I don't know if I did something wrong or if I didn't give him enough information. I don't know.
He's already on the defense because he already in his mind is thinking it's a pyramid scheme, or it is like Mary Kay because we're a multi-level marketing company and that's what we are. And Mary Kay is an MLM as well. But
right.
We put in the aspect, like you said, we don't have to carry inventory. They do get bonuses like we do for growing their team. But this is a business, right? This isn't a freemium. This is a business. So yes, we make money for sharing product. Yes, we make money for growing our team, but it's a business. I don't know any businesses out there that aren't trying to make money, right?
Something. Right.
So
regardless of
right. So in exchange for your help and your support and encouragement that most people are lacking in their daily life, and you're adding value to their life, yes, you're going to make a little bit of a commission, but that's why it's a business. So
right.
He probably is already shut down to the idea of it. When people say, is it a pyramid scheme? I used to try and defend Beachbody and that sort of thing, but like, how many people really know what a pyramid scheme is? I think it's just like a thing that people like say because it's an unknown. Because most people don't know about MLMs or what they are, how they work. I mean, really, if you think about corporate America, what do you have? You have your workers, and then you have your managers, and then you have your CEOs and the president. Like, it's the same thing. So you could say corporate America is a pyramid scheme because the guys at the top, the likelihood of an average worker getting to the top is pretty unlikely that you're going to make that kind of money. But with Beachbody, Kelly, she's been a coach for 6 years and she surpassed her upline coach years ago. And I could surpass Kelly. So no restrictions to how high you can go. Your restriction is yourself, really. So when people say something like that, I just simply say, well, I sometimes ask them, well, what is your idea of a pyramid scheme? Other times I'll just say, well, if it were a pyramid schemes are illegal to begin with. And there's over 300,000 coaches in the United States and in Canada. So if this is a pyramid scheme and we're doing something illegal, pretty sure the government's been sleeping on this one.
Right. They should have caught up to it now.
Right? But it's the unknown of what an MLM is. And really, if you listen to the billionaires and the millionaires that do entrepreneur leadership and that type of personal development, they will tell you that corporate America eventually is going to be no longer. That companies are already starting to convert to the MLM because it's a reward system. The harder you work, the more money you make. The better that you grow your skill set, the better that you work on yourself, the more that you put the hard work in, you make more money. So, because it's a reward system, they're already starting to convert to that. I mean, it's going to take years.
To switch.
Right. But it's just the idea of this is something that's so, even though it's been around for like 20 years, it's something that's still so new that people who have been raised to go to school, get a job, work till they're 65, and then retire to live paycheck to paycheck. That's the way that we're raised. So to think any different is the unknown or it's scary. Okay.
So that's what is likely happening.
It's usually fear. It's usually fear of the unknown. And what will happen is the more that you're consistent and the more that you grow your business. Did you happen to watch that video that I shared today in the group that was like 5 minutes long?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so check that out. It's by Pat Reelman. I shared it in the group today. I think it's like 5 or 6 minutes long. The whole premise of his video is it takes a year to grow this business. It's a 12 to 24 month business to really get you up and running, because people are going to watch to see if you're legit. People are watching to see if you are going to carry through with this. Is this just another get quick rich scheme? Is this something that she's just doing on the side and then she's going to peter out? People want to know, are you going to be a strong leader? Are you going to be consistent? And are you going to follow through on this? If you do, and when you do, you will reap the benefits tenfold. But people are going to watch to make sure that you're being real. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So we want to get a few people on board to build our confidence, to start sharing with people, to show other people, look, like I've helped her do this, or, you know, this is my friend and we're doing it together. And the more people you start bringing on board with you, then it's more, okay, she's really doing something. She's helping somebody. She's really being an inspiration. I mean, there's people that are going to take longer than others. You know, some people might want to just wait till after the holiday. This is right now, if you can grind every day and push through October, November, December, these are the 3 hardest months by far out of the business. Because
so I just started time.
right. But the thing is if you make it through this, then you're going to be able to fly through the rest. Does that make sense? Because you're getting through on the hard months. January through July, not that it's easy. You still have to do reach outs and inbox, but it's way easier than it is right now, because think about what everybody's gearing for. People are saving money and budgeting because they have the holidays coming. People don't want to start a health and fitness routine because they want to gorge themselves with all the mouth-watering food over the holidays.
They're going to wait until New Year's.
Yes.
They're going to wait until New Year's when it's time to make resolutions. And
yes. So even if you listen to the top coaches, they will tell you the seeds that you're planting right now, the people you are building relationships with right now, and the people that you are inviting right now, you are going to be able to harvest all those people come January, because those people are going to be ready then. So even though you're like, oh, they're telling me no, or I keep getting no's, it's for a good cause. Like, you're going to get to the yeses. It's just people want to see, they want to follow your lead. They want to see if you're going to be consistent, and they want to make sure that you're being real.
Okay.
Okay.
So right now, I'm just building myself up.
Yep.
For them to be receptive of
yep.
what I'm saying and what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Keep reaching out, keep building those relationships, and keep those connections, because when people are ready, they're going to say, look, I know to go to Tatiana because she's been killing it with her own health and fitness, or she shared with me, you know, that she's getting ready to do a fitness routine. So when they're ready, they're going to remember you, but you have to follow up with those people and build those connections so that they're watching you. And when they are ready, they remember you and not somebody else that they met at the gym or somebody they met on the street. They remember you.
Okay.
So that's the simple hi, or the simple commenting on somebody's post, or, you know, making yourself remembered and making yourself active and present in other people's lives.
Okay.
Okay.
Notes.
Yeah.
Now, on a side note, I was able to get my mom to say she wants to do the entire 21-day fix program now. So I'm super excited about that.
That's really exciting. Good for you.
Because like I said, she's not on, you know, social media or anything, but my aunt is, and they actually live together. And so, you know, I had posted at the end of the week how I had lost, you know, the few inches and pounds from the clean eating.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom, she said, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm stuck in this rut. I plateaued. I'm not going anywhere. And, you know, so then I was able to talk her through, and she said, I'm in. That's it. I'm going to do it. And I said, wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yes. I was super excited about that. Yeah, so that was good. That was the highlight.
That's really awesome. So we get her to fall in love with Shakeology. Maybe she'll be a preferred customer with us. My mom and dad are both, I mean, they don't work their business. They're on it for the discount, but
Hey, whatever works, right?
right.
And she, like I said, she's real, I don't know. We'll see how the program works for her because she usually doesn't, she'll eat one meal a day. She just doesn't have good eating habits, and she'd rather drink a smoothie or something instead of eating a meal. So,
Okay. Are you close by that you can maybe help her with some of the food prep or some of the?
Actually, she just moved to New York.
Oh, so no, you're not close.
Can't help her. But I'm hoping that my aunt that she lives with is going to get on board as well, so that hopefully they'll at least have each other there in New York, you know, to kind of work together.
Well, and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We could always get your aunt in the group as well, and then maybe your mom could see some of the stuff, and just for daily encouragement.
That's what I've been saying to them, because now my aunt is now saying that she only wants the workouts and not the nutrition. So last week was the opposite, and now I'll speak to her. So we'll get it together.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't do the nutrition, look, the nutrition is 80% of it. If you don't get that right, you're just, I mean, there are people out there that just want to work out so they can eat whatever they want. But really, if you want to be healthy and you want to lose some weight, 80% of that is your nutrition. You have to get that right. And that's the biggest struggle for probably 99% of people. I mean, there's probably a very minute percent that nutrition is easy for.
Yeah. I'm not part of that. And neither is she.
Neither am I. Oh, Lord. If it ever gets easy, I mean, there's days that are easier than others, but Lord, it's never easy. I'm going to, before I forget, I want to screen share and show you how to work coaching code. And I'm actually going to make a video for the team, if I can.
Okay.
Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so coachingcodes.com. It sometimes takes a few minutes to load. But it's got a lot of links on it, so I think it just takes a minute for it to populate.
Because when I was doing it earlier, it worked when I put in like my user ID. That when I put that in, that link worked and it went right to like my profile page.
Okay.
Or rename. But when I put in my coach number and I clicked on the link, it went to like beachbody.com, but it wasn't linked to anything of mine.
What link were you trying to use?
The link, the one that says link with coach number.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what I do is I plug in my coach ID number right here. I don't fill out the rest because you don't need to. And then I scroll down and you'll see these tabs here, okay? So typically you're going to be sharing a challenge pack. So I'll click this little plus button and then you'll have all the challenge packs here. And if you're logged into your account or you didn't log out of your online office, it's not going to let you see challenge packs because coaches can't buy challenge packs, okay? If you were to click on this link, if I were to click on this link right now, it's not going to show me the proper page because I'm logged in and I can't buy a challenge pack. So, but you can see right here where it says rep ID equals and my coach ID number is the number here. So this would be the device kickstart. So that populated all of these. They're all my link.
Okay.
They all have referring rep ID equals, and then they all have my coach ID number.
Yes. Okay. See, I didn't scroll down there.
Yeah. See, and then if you minus it, it'll go back up. But look, you have the default coach pages. So like if you're signing up a coach, because you want to have them sign as a coach before they actually buy the challenge pack, you're going to go right here to become a coach. And just like when you sign up, so you would give them that link, they would fill in their information, and then in the second step, they would choose their challenge pack.
Okay.
So those, your free membership player, those are great. That link is great for like when you're adding people into the free clean eating group and they're not ready to purchase a challenge pack, or you haven't invited them that far yet. When you invite them into the free clean eating group and they say yes, and you send them the link for the free clean eating group, you can always say, hey girl, here's a bonus gift for you. It's free, and it's some places that you can find some added recipes, blah, blah, blah. You can give them this, and then if they ever do purchase, or when they do purchase, they're already listed underneath you with a free membership player.
Okay.
Okay, so you have those couple links. If the shop is just, it would just go to shopping on your page. But I try to make it as easy as possible. So like when I sent you the coaching link, I sent you the link and exactly what to do. And then the fitness programs are down here right underneath the challenge pack. And they're all broken down. I'll show you. They're all broken down by trainer.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. See, I don't know if it was because I was on my phone that maybe I couldn't see that, or if I just didn't scroll far enough.
And did we talk about making a note section in your phone?
No, we did not.
Okay, so that's something that I have done. And the 21-day fix coaching script, or the 21-day fix posting script that has like what you should say once they've told you their goals and how to, share how much the challenge pack is and all that information. I have all that copied and pasted into a note section on my phone. So literally when I'm talking with somebody, I can just copy it, paste it into my message, and then like alter it to their goals. Then I also have my links. Like the 21-day fix and the coaching link, and then PJ's 21-day fix and the coaching link for him, I have saved in my phone. So if I'm on the road or whatever, I'm not trying to look up coaching codes every time. I just copy and paste that link in the notes on my phone.
Okay.
It'll make
those. Now, I've been looking through all the files on the coaching page. Are the script links in there also? I saw the one closing the coaching calls or things like that.
Yeah. So if you scroll, I'll show you. It's just easier to show you.
Okay.
Let me get rid of the. Okay, so if you go into the files, there is a file called Posting Scripts 21-Day Fix.
Okay.
Hi, B. Go back in there with Daddy, okay? Right here. It says Posting Scripts for the 21-Day Fix, okay? So what I have saved on my phone, because typically, like, it'll give you examples up here, like how to actually post for it. And then if someone comments that they want more, then you can start following this script here.
Okay.
And then, so then you're asking them about their current workout routine. What is their current nutrition? Do they eat out a lot? What does their typical nutrition look like? Because I have that, that's something I just naturally do. I start here, and I have this whole section, and then this whole section here, copied and pasted into my phone, so that when they ask, well, what is it? Or what is the program? Or I'm sorry. Once they tell you their goals, and you've really dived into the emotional side, like what would life look like for you if you were to reach those goals? Then I say I have no doubt that I can help you achieve that. So what I would recommend is my 3-week fitness and nutrition plan. So like just for example, to go through, like if you invite somebody and you say, you have general conversation going, then you say, hey girl, like I have no idea if this is for you or not, but I'm getting ready to host a 21-day nutrition and fitness group. to help keep you on track during the holidays and maybe even lose some weight rather than gaining that traditional holiday weight this year. Does this sound like something you would be interested in? So if they say, yes, I would love it, that sounds perfect, you say, perfect. Like, what, can I ask you a few questions before we move forward? And usually they'll say yes or whatever. And you say, okay, great. What interests you about a group like this? What would you like to work toward? And then once they tell you, well, I'd like to lose blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Tatiana, what would life look like for you if you were able to shed that 20 pounds? And then you would probably say, well, I'd be able to be more active with my kids, or, you know, so you're tapping into that emotional side of things. And then you say, okay, I totally get that, and that's awesome. And then you kind of relate your story. Like I would say, you know, that's something that was a big driving factor for me when I first started my journey, and blah, blah, blah. And then I'll say, what does nutrition normally look like for you? Do you eat out a lot? Do you eat a lot of processed foods? Do you try to home cook your meals? Tell me a little bit more about that. And then they'll tell you a little bit about their nutrition, so you kind of have an idea of what you're working with. If they eat a lot of fast food, it's probably going to be a little harder to get them off of that, but we're going to have to help them with the meal prep side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so once
but you can kind of their weak spots and where you need to help them.
Right. And so, you know, like if they eat out all the time, it's probably because they're busy and they don't have time to meal prep. So when it comes time for meal prep, you're really going to have to accommodate them and say, look, like, I know this is going to take work, but it's going to be totally worth it, and you're going to feel so much better. Also knowing that Shakeology is probably not going to be a huge hit with them right away, because if they're used to high fat foods that are chemically induced, Shakeology is going to taste like dirt to them because it's real food. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that's just all things for you to kind of rack up in your mind and know how you can best help that person. And then I would say, I have no doubt I can help you achieve. This says that, but in the sentence here, but I actually say, I know that I can help you achieve, and I list what their goals are. Okay.
Okay.
And you actually can do that down here at the bottom, the last sentence of the paragraph. But, you know, I try to hit it twice in the same paragraph just to reiterate. But I literally copy and paste this with all the people that I talk to. And then when they ask about the money portion of things, I just share this paragraph that says, you can get the program, meal plan, Tupperware. I do portion control, Tupperware, 30 meal supply of Shakeology. That way you can take the guesswork out of at least one of your 5 meals per day. I add access to my personal meal plan, the accountability group, as well as my one-on-one help. So I've altered it a little bit because my one-on-one help is worth something. Access to my personal meal plans is worth something too, because that kind of takes the guesswork out of things for them too. And then the accountability group is definitely something you can put a lot of time into making those groups happen. So, and then you can share results. There are results in our group as well. I think a lot of them are mine, just because I think some people are a little bit more shy. Sorry.
Great. I'll share once I have some.
Yeah. And everybody moves at their own pace. I wasn't on top of sharing mine right away, but if you go to our photos and then albums, if it loads, you will see Team Healthy and Fit befores and afters. And there's a few there, and most of them have, like the information next to them, so that like this is Eva. She's a part of our group. Mm-hmm. And she's tagged in it. So if you wanted to use her results, I would just message her and say, hey girl, would you mind if I use your results that are in the group? Would you mind telling me how much you've lost to date? Ask her for her inches and stuff and share that, because facts tell, stories tell. So sharing somebody else's story and giving them proof and giving them pictures is going to push it over the edge. That's just going to give you the one-up that you do have people that have been successful with this and who are making changes in their life.
Okay. Now, you had made a post a couple days ago about perhaps starting our own challenge group.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you have a 21-day fix group coming up. Should I be a part of that group, or like, because I have a few people who I know for sure are interested in doing the program. I think I've got at least 5 people who
Okay.
want to do the program. So what should my approach be?
Are those people already registered? Like, had they already purchased? Or no? Or do they already have it? Or how, like, what does that look like? Because the group is starting on Monday.
I have 2 people that already have the program who have kind of started it in the past and then didn't finish it.
Okay.
And then the other ones would still need to get the program.
Okay. So the only thing that concerns me about the people that don't have it yet is registration actually cut off on yesterday, so that they would have it in time.
Okay.
I mean, they could still order it. Like, if you can, tell them that, like, if you can get them on board tonight, or if they're willing to do like an expedited shipping. The only reason I say that is because there's a learning curve with the meal plans. So you don't want them to be behind or feel discouraged if they don't have those couple days to meal plan. So potentially what you could do, I definitely want you in this group, because you personally are going to be in this group and you haven't been in this style of group yet. So I want you to be in this group so you can see how this type rolls. Invite the 2 girls that already have the program into this group. Then I'm probably, December is going to be a little tricky because the 3rd week of the month is like the week of Christmas. And that's when my challenge groups start, is the 3rd Monday of every month. So I'm thinking that I'm going to push that up to the 2nd Monday, just so that we can get a full 3 weeks in. It's, Christmas is going to fall in the middle of it, but it is what it is. I can't change where the holiday falls, but hopefully if people have like a good 10 days in, they'll be more likely to only maybe fall off track for 1 or 2 days rather than for an entire week.
Right. Or the whole
month. Right. So what we could do, I don't have, let me grab my phone so I can look at the calendar. So if we were to do that, like and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do is the 2nd week to avoid that. My phone would bring up my calendar. There it is. Okay, so we're looking at the 2nd week of December, which the 2nd Monday would be the 14th rather than the 21st. So registration deadline would be Friday the 4th. So those people I would, reach out to again and follow up and just say, is this something that you're ready to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then get them into, let them know that the registration deadline would be December 4th, on or before. And you will have already been through the group with me. So if you wanted to start your own on a certain day, I mean, that's kind of up to you what you'd like to do. If you're ready to spread your wings and go at it, you start Monday. I guess you can kind of, with having a cutoff date of December 4th, and you've already kind of talked with them about it, you have a little bit of time to kind of see how you feel in the group this coming week. And then, like, the posts are already made. The posts are already made for you. So, I mean, if you want to follow my lead, you don't have to. But I provide the posts in file format in our group. So you don't have to do a whole lot of legwork. It's just you personally setting up the group and running it yourself. Okay.
I'll have to talk with the people. And like you said, we'll see how this week in our group goes and feel it out and see, because obviously I want to be comfortable. Starting the, I don't want to be still shaky.
Yeah, well, and if you feel like you're ready to do your own group, but you could use some help, we could always see if there's another girl in the group that is ready to kick off a group and you guys can pair up and do it
Okay.
together so that you can each take a little bit of the workload and not feel so overwhelmed with running the first one completely by yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, like last week with the 5-day clean eating, I had a couple people who were in the group, but since they didn't know you, they were a little confused as to, you know, and what your role was. So then they were kind of just like texting me and messaging me instead of being involved in the group.
Gotcha.
So they were participating, but it was more on a one-on-one with me versus actually participating.
Which is fine.
Right, which is fine. But I'm just wondering if, you know, some of my contacts or people that I'm talking to would just be more comfortable if they know who, you know, they're talking to or who's making the post. And because I got a couple questions of who's Corey? Who's this Corey girl? You know, so I'm telling them, you know, who you are.
Yeah.
But a handful of them were kind of like, what's going on? They're like confused.
Yeah. And okay. I mean, at least they were participating.
Well, right. And like, that's what I said. I'm like, if you want to text and message me, that's absolutely fine. Because, you know, they were texting me. One of the girls texted me and was like, did you have the bean crock pot thing? It was delicious. You know, so she was using the stuff that you were posting. She just wasn't posting in the group.
Well, that's good. That's one of my
so,
favorites, by the way. The Southwest 2-bean soup. It's super easy to make and it's so good.
She liked it. She was like, this is delicious. It was good. One was a hit.
Cool. Well, before we wrap this up so I can help get my boys a bath and get them to bed, how are you doing as far as sharing the coaching opportunity? Are you and Josh in agreement that you're going to involve him? Where does that stand?
What Josh said to me was, he said, if you get one person enrolled and you get one coach, then you can sign me up. That's what he said to me. So I'm really just working on at least getting that one person.
Yeah.
Now, I have one girl who said she's interested in coaching. She already does like the Beachbody on demand.
Okay.
She said that, you know, she switches it up, but typically her workouts are, you know, Beachbody on demand.
Okay.
And she said that she has thought about coaching before. And so then I asked her, okay, if I send you, you know, this 30-minute video, would you consider watching it? And she did agree. Yeah. And then I asked her if we could set up a phone call for after she watched it. Now, I don't know if this was the mistake that maybe I made because we didn't set up an exact time to call, but I kind of did that on purpose only because I know that you had said you would be on the call with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I set up a time and then you not be available. So, you know, she was just like, okay, well, I'll watch the video and then we'll keep in touch.
Okay.
And that was last night that her and I had that conversation.
Okay.
But I hadn't previously like, hey, you know, how do I arrange for all three of us to speak together?
Yeah. I'm pretty flexible, you know, Tara, one of the other new girls on the team, she's just been texting me like, hey, I have a call at this time. And if I can make it, I can make it. If I can't, but I've been able to get on all three of her calls so far. So, yeah, I will juggle as much as I can. And, you know, there really isn't, other than tomorrow night at 6, I have a coaching call with her. And a prospect, and then Thursday from 8 to 10 I have coaching. I have like leadership calls that I have to be on, but other than that I'm pretty flexible, and we'll try, even if I have to be in the car, you know, we'll make it work. If we can do like a Zoom chat like this, it would be even better to get that one-on-one face-to-face, but a 3-way call would be would be great too. And even if it's during the day, like if I'm at work or whatever, I mean, I work for my parents, so if I need to step away from the phone for a half an hour and do a coaching call, it's usually pretty
Okay.
easy.
Okay, then. Yeah,
So I
because
follow up with her and just say, that your mentor would like to be on the call with you in case she has any further questions that maybe I can help with. And, that you talked with me about a few times that are available and you wanted to just check with her to see what would work well for her.
because it's kind of how I left it. I told her, I said, I want to set up a call. But I told her that, I wanted you to be on the line as well to answer questions if I wasn't able to.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I kind of just left it open as to when we would talk.
Yeah, in the future, just go ahead and schedule it because, like I said, I will do my best to juggle things around to help you girls the first couple times so that you're confident, and then you'll be able to do it on your own. You might stumble through it a little bit, but it's all right.
What do we usually talk about on those calls?
That coaching closing call that I tagged you in, I follow that to the T.
Okay.
Okay. And I really don't venture too far from that. If they start asking questions or like how I got started, I will share that with them. But I used to just go in blind and just kind of shoot from the hip, and it was never successful. And since I've been using the closing call questions, there's 6 questions. Well, there's like there's like 7 questions. And since I've been using that, I have a 20% closing rate, which is pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
And then 2 more quick questions for you, and then I'll be done. I'll keep it. I know we had spoken before about my one friend who didn't like Shakeology.
Yeah.
Well, she actually came over not too long ago, and we made a shake together, and we did a half scoop and, followed one of the recipes that was on the calendar, and she really liked it. She said, wow, this is good. But then she made the comment of, how can I make this without Shakeology?
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and so that's kind of what I said to her. I was like, well, you can't. I said that's like a major component
Right.
of the shake is the Shakeology.
Right.
And then really didn't have much more to say, and I really didn't know
where to take it.
So it was kind of like we were both just left drinking our shakes. But on the
you're like,
yeah. Well, okay.
Good.
But on the side, she did say she liked it.
Right.
So that was good because she had, talked about how she had tried the strawberry and she had tried the chocolate and she didn't like either. She thought they, were just disgusting. Yeah. And so then I did how you said to, only use half the scoop and she liked it.
I would maybe reach out to her in the next couple days and just say, hey girl, like, how are things going? Just chit chat, whatever you guys were talking about other than that when she came over and catch up. And then I would say, hey, you mentioned that you really like the shake. And I know that you had some interest there. So I'm just curious to know if you would be interested in doing the 30-day trial to see if it's something that you enjoy doing on a regular basis.
Okay.
Because there is the money back guarantee for, even if she drinks the entire bag, and still isn't happy with it, she can return it in 30 days.
Okay. And she is one of the people who already has the 21-day fixed program.
When you're into the group, say, like, look, just like you did with your mom, were you willing to give like a full 30 days? You said that you liked it. We'll work together to find recipes that work well for you, and we'll give the program a full go. What do you think?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Even though the registration is closed, I can still add her.
Yeah, go ahead and because she already has the program, so she's just going to be late on having the Shakeology. So when she orders the Shakeology, have her order it on HD because then she'll only pay $2 for shipping. And then she's going to say, well, I don't want auto ship every month. That's okay. We're going to remind her. Anytime somebody buys a challenge pack or buys Shakeology on HD, you're gonna 3 weeks later on your calendar. So if you ordered on 11/11, then on 12/5 or 12/6, you're gonna write a reminder in your calendar. You have to remind Tatiana that her Shakeology is gonna auto ship on 12/11, so that if they aren't gonna continue with it, they can cancel it.
Okay.
That's the worst thing in the world is when a customer doesn't realize they're on HD and they get a $132 charge on their credit card or their bank card, and you're like, oh, poop.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you confirm that the order is in your previous office view, I always write it in my calendar that minute so you don't forget.
Okay, perfect.
Because it's going to happen. You're probably going to forget 1 time or 2 times, and it's the worst feeling to tell that customer, I'm so sorry. They can send it back, but it's still just a pain in the butt for them to deal with.
Right. You know, it's just a bit of an inconvenience.
Right.
Okay, I will do that. I'll speak to her tomorrow.
Cool.
Okay, my last question was, I spoke to someone who said she was interested in coaching. However, she felt like she needed to get herself right before she could help others.
Okay. Is she willing to watch the video? Or you haven't asked her because you weren't sure what to say at that point?
Look back at our conversation, because she may have been one of the ones that just once I said to her, if I send you a link for this video, would you consider watching? I think she was one of the ones who stopped and didn't respond.
Okay.
Yeah, because then I spoke to her again today, and as of today, she wants to do the full 21-day program, but didn't mention anything about the coaching again. And I wanted to speak with you first before just only because I didn't know what to say to her about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just share, like, if people say, I had a phone call. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There?
Yeah. Okay. So I had a girl on a coaching call yesterday bring that up to me that she's not sure. She happens to be pregnant right now. So she's like, I don't know how I'm going to grow my business. And it's like, well, you're going to attract the people to you that are like you. So
right.
You're gonna bring in those people who can relate to you because you're not at your look. I've lost 60 pounds and I'm still not where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, we're always a work in progress. And what happens is your target market is just going to change. So you don't have to be at the end of your journey. Actually, you tend to do better when you're at the beginning because people are going to see, look, like she's working towards this, and they're going to follow you because they're inspired by your progress. So to get in when you're starting is to attract all those people that really need that help, you know, that are like you and relating to you and see that they are much like you and that you have done it. Who relates to the fitness trainer that's been fit their whole life? I mean, they have a business. I mean, there's a place for them, definitely, right? I mean, they do well. And there are people that relate to that or want that person to push them. But the reality is there's a lot more people out there that are relating to the real person who has daily struggles and who is not where they want to be right now. But they are taking the steps forward to work where they want to be.
Okay.
And that's addressed in the video.
Okay.
So.
And that's the coaching video you're referring to, correct?
Yes.
I think you and I skipped that step.
Did we?
I don't think you ever sent me the video. I think we just kind of
talked on the phone.
I think we just kind of skipped that step. I never watched it. I don't
watch it so you know what people are seeing. But you were in the 5-day coaching sneak peek. That's probably why I didn't do the video with you, because you did the 5-day coaching sneak peek where I break it up. It's essentially the same thing, but it's broken up over 5 days.
I was in that group, and so that's got it. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So I
will watch the video.
So you know what people are watching, but it's essentially the 5-day coaching sneak peek, just in a 30-minute one clip instead of broken up over days. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, girl.
Or-
We got. Let's see. So it's today's. I still have October up. I need to change that. We've got exactly 1 week from tomorrow. You
Okay.
can do it. You can do it.
Well, I technically only have to close in on one person.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. And you have a couple people in the 5-day coaching sneak peek, so that's awesome too. And I would be touching base with them, just like, you know, how are you enjoying the group so far? Do you have any questions? You know, just keep in contact with them.
All right, wonderful. I can do that.
All right, cool. Let me know if you get a call scheduled with that girl that watched the video that you talked to last night, and we'll make it work.
Okay, I'll try and message her now. I don't know if it's a little too late or not, but
okay.
I'll try and get in contact with her now.
All right, Mama, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you have a great evening.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Get out of this.